And welcome back, Griffin sports fans, to the fall and winter semester of sports. My name is Charlie Sample, and if you watched our spring semester, you would have seen that my fellow host of the show, Zach Blinky, is no longer here due to him graduating. So congratulations to you, Zach. This semester will look about the same as it did last semester, but we have some new sports to cover, so we're looking forward to that and hoping for an excited season of sports. All the information in this episode and most to come will be brought to you by GoGriffins.com. But before we get into the sports information, Griffin Media's assistant sports editor, Andrew Hamilton, went out and interviewed the men's basketball new head coach. Let's see what he found out.
Missouri Western's men's basketball team is making a fresh start as they have hired Upper Iowa University's Brooke McCowan to be their head coach in March earlier this year. McCowan played basketball up in Iowa as he held high school state records for most points in a season in their high school career. McCowan started his coaching career as he was a graduate assistant at the University of Northern Iowa and was on the coaching staff when they upset number 1 seed Kansas in the 2010 NCAA tournament. After that, he would spend 12 seasons as the head coach for Upper Iowa University. During that time, he made 3 NCAA tournament appearances and posted a 209-148 win-loss record. Now, he is looking forward to continuing his success here at Missouri Western as he shares his goal.
My goal as a coach is to build confidence in our players and to try to get them to play free and to play fast. So that's kind of what I do.
Coach McCowan uses his own experience from his days as a basketball player to relate and understand his own basketball players.
I always kind of think of myself as a player's coach, and I try to coach the way I would have wanted to have been coached. Fortunately for me, I have some great mentors. I was, coached by my dad in high school first, so I got to play for him and see how he treats people and the way he acts and how much his players still look up to him and keep in touch with him.
The men's basketball team kicks off their season here on October 31st against West Texas A&M.
Lastly, I myself went out and attended the football walk-on tryout meeting to learn more about the walk-on process. Let's see what I found. Mo West hosted their walk-on tryout meeting at 6:30 p.m. on August 28th. The meeting was held in the Griffin Indoor Sports Complex Theater Room, aka the Team Room, where linebacker and special teams coordinator Coach Colin McQuillan hosted the meeting. 4 potential future Griffin football players arrived at this meeting to learn what steps needed to be taken in order to become a member of the team. Freshman Dalen Duke Johnson talked about his inspiration for wanting to try out for the team.
It's really just a love for the game. I've been playing it since I was, younger, watching my uncle play for the Delalam Saints, and then, as I came up, I started to play also, and, just following behind his footsteps ever since he played football.
This is only the second year that we've done this.
The meeting itself did not last very long as Coach McQuillan made it quick and easy to understand. In order for these players to take the necessary steps, they must fill out their health-related forms.
He believes in our roster being at 121 lockers. Right now our roster is right about 108.
Coach McQuillan brought up what was to come next for these new guys.
So we've got to kind of go through a process now.
The next step for them is making sure they get done the checklist of things that the NCAA mandates us, from a physical to sickle cell to them making sure that they bring in their insurance card, meet with me again. Our actual tryout's going to be next Friday at 6:30, so looking forward to getting those guys on the playing field.
This meeting's about.
Coach McQuillan also mentioned how the team was looking for more skill positions as of right now, and next week's tryouts will mostly focus on their speed-like abilities. Sophomore Xavion Lacey talked about what his hopes were in filling a spot on the roster.
I just want to build team chemistry between the team, be a part of what they're being a part of, grow more, and make more connections.
Tryouts will be hosted next Friday, September 5th at 6:30 on the field. And Mo West football will kick off their season opener this Saturday, August 30th in South Dakota against Augustana. This has been Charlie Sample, Griffin Media.
More than welcome to come down, be on the sidelines, starting to get warmed up, and then we'll do a tryout.
Now I want to highlight some upcoming events for some sports. Men's and women's cross country will take place on Friday, September 5th in Ashland, Nebraska. The women's meet will begin at 6 p.m. with the men to follow at 6:45. Good luck to you runners out there, and we'll make sure to get you all those results when they come out. Next up, men's and women's golf. The women's first event of the year, the Central Region Preview, will be played on September 2nd through September 3rd in Blue Springs, Missouri, while the men's golf team will begin their first event, the Mule, on September 8th through September 9th in Warrensburg, Missouri. Good luck to the golfers as they tee off their season. Well, the men's basketball team just released their schedule and get to see some action on Friday, October 31st here in St. Joseph at the Civic Center. They'll be playing against West Texas A&M. The men will be getting their season started in style, playing on Halloween night. We'll get you more info as the season creeps closer. And as of now, we do not have much information for track and field, women's basketball, esports, or tennis, but we will work to get that all out for you in the next coming shows. Now, let's look deeper into some other sports, starting with soccer. Well, the soccer season, women's soccer is getting geared up to begin their next season. Last season, the team went 16-3-3 with an NCAA tournament appearance, with their last appearance being in 2017. The biggest thing about the roster this year is the amount of seniors the team has and the impact those players must make in their senior campaign. It'll be an exciting thing to watch. The season will open up on Friday, September 5th against Bemidji State. The all-time record with them is 2-3-1, so let's hope the Griffins even out that win-to-loss record to start the season. Yeah, so that is the home opener for the season. Excited to see the soccer team get out there again. Phenomenal place they had last year, 16-3-3, and with an NCAA appearance. Again, a big thing that I just mentioned with the big roster is most of those players in last season were juniors and now all in their senior campaign. I believe 11 to 12 seniors on that roster. So this is a little bit of a last shot for them to go far as they did last season. So see how it compares. It might be about the same or we can hope to be even better. Well, now we talked about some soccer. Let's look into volleyball. Well, the women's volleyball season had a very strong season, 23-8 with an NCAA appearance, with their last appearance also being in 2017. This time, this team lost some valuable players due to graduation. You have your block leader, Lily Kurz, and your assist leader, Nessa Johnson, just for an example. And then you still have solid options at the blocking position, though, with Taylor Russell, Emma Salker, and Holly Height even as well. But the assist matters where things get a little interesting for the season. Nessa Johnson ended her Mo West career with a total of 3,507 assists in her career. Last season alone, she recorded 1,258 assists, the most on the team, with the second place most assists by a player coming from star defensive player Anna Weber with 72 assists. So let's see which setter will step up this season. With all that being said, though, the Griffins still have a very solid talent in these players, like we mentioned, Anna Weber on that defensive side, the dig leader for a while now, and Holly Height as an all-around player, and then Taylor Russell as a scorer and a blocker. The list goes on. So yeah, the big main thing is the Nessa Johnson situation. How are you going to get someone to step up and live up to the reputation as Nessa Johnson did? And I think it's a perfect opportunity for these new and younger players to get some action and see what the team can build from that. You still have young talent that aren't in their senior campaign just yet. So seeing how they go, Holly Hayden is all-around star player, as we've seen from kills, from digs to blocks. I mean, she can do it. She can do it all out there. Just a point scorer for Holly Hayden. That's for sure. And then you have Taylor Russell as well, and just many options out there on that offensive and defensive side. So I think we're about to see pretty much the same. Just again, we got to see how that setter situation sets in, ironically enough. So now we looked at volleyball, and now let's look at football. Well, look, it's that time of year again. Football is back, and we are so ready for the action to begin. This team did face some adversity last year with their injuries and concluded with a record of 4-7, losing some big hitters on the defensive side from last year. But I think the team remains the same mostly, as you see on that screen there. We're going to talk about him in a second. That's Brandon Hall. One of the most exciting questions to start the season, I'd say, is who will be named QB1 in Game 1. I went to the GSI podcast at Hi Ho Bar and Grill, and they asked Coach Fenwick who will be QB1 in Game 1, and he said, I guess you'll just have to find out. So the other exciting factor is how that fifth-year running back, Brandon Hall, who I briefly mentioned, will play after coming off of his season-ending leg injury last year. But football is back, and so many questions are needed answering from this team, and we're all excited over here for the season, as we hope you all are. That being said, the Griffins will begin their season this Saturday, August 30th, and will be playing in South Dakota against Augustana. We won't see Griffin home action until September 13th. Yeah, fifth-year running back Brandon Hall. I think that's definitely who I'm most excited to see. Last year, only played 4 games and yet led the team in rushing yards throughout the entire season. That's not a small thing to look at. That's a big thing in my eyes. So it'll be cool to see him back out there. Again, there's that QB1 situation. You had a lot of different quarterbacks playing for the Griffins last year due to injuries and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how they come back from that and how they can boost that record from 4-7 to something a little brighter. But hopefully they can kick off the season with a win in South Dakota. So we're ready for that. But college is back. College football starts again this Saturday for that D1. It already has begun a little bit, but I mean everyone's looking at that Texas-Ohio State game. Obviously, I would call it Arch Manning's official debut. Don't quote me. But we're excited for that, and the NFL kicking off next Thursday as well. So we're back. Football's back in town. But that's all I have for you guys for the preview of the fall and winter sports. My name is Charlie Sample, and you're watching the Sportscast.